How you doing? So I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, and even now I'm still debating whether I should made this video or not. But I do believe Mr. Sinister is the perfect champion. Is without a doubt the best designed champion in the game. But there's a few things that's wrong with him right now. Currently, is at least when it comes to his regen from his signature ability, it's not working, and that's literally the most important signature ability he has. It makes him very comic accurate because in the comics he's able to regen. So from his signature ability not working, from his regeneration, it's just really disappointed. And also he did get nerfed as well, or maybe he got a buff then he got nerfed, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But when it comes to when it comes to Hercules, I said Hercules is without a doubt the best design champion by Kabam. I think it would have been Mr. Sinister, but his signature ability is not working. I made a video on that a long time ago. So if Mr. Sinister's signature ability is actually working, at least his science regeneration rate is not working. If that's working, I think he's without a doubt the best designed champion in the game. He's really the perfect champion, which is the title of this video. So let's take a look at what I mean by that. As you can see, if you go to Marble Contest of Champion, reading his abilities and his past, basically what Mr. Sinister is. And something else I want to note, I was still very young when X-Men came out, so but I always thought Mr. Sinister was like the coolest villain in the game. Probably even cooler than Apocalypse, you know. But he was one of the coolest villains for sure. And so basically, if you go to the website, so this is Mr. Sinister. Axis began to engineer bloodlines in the hope of creating the perfect mutant. So he basically want to be the perfect mutant, and that's what I believe. Just so perfect. Why? He's like the perfect champion when it comes to especially the way Kabam designed him and his abilities. But I do, unfortunately, his regen from his signature ability is not working. So let's go back. Something else, I made a video earlier when it comes to Mr. Sinister. This is, I guess you can say, part 2. But, you know, I made a comparison who's the best champion in the game, like who the best players in the world think the best champion in the game is. Obviously, there's Onslaught, then there's Kate Bishop, then there's Hercules, and obviously Mr. Sinister. But then there was only really one competition Mr. Sinister has, was Hercules, and I said it was close, but I gave it to Hercules as being better in Incursion. Until recently, I found a way to pretty much, I guess, cheese. I don't know if I like the word cheese, but you know, I found a way like Mr. Sinister can be with better than Hercules, and truly the king of Incursion. If this video doesn't prove Mr. Sinister is the king of Incursion, I don't know what will. Okay. I said before a long time ago, if Mr. Sinister with 10 charges, I would rather have Mr. Sinister at max sig with 10 charges, and that's even debatable without his regen from his signature ability working. With his regen from his signature ability working, it's not even close. I don't know. You know, without a doubt, at least, that I would rather have Mr. Sinister with 10 charges at max sig than Aegon 999. Yes, that's how good Mr. Sinister is. So, and Aegon 999 is broken at when Aegon is at 999, he's just broken. So I do think Mr. Sinister at 10 charges is arguably even more broken. I'm in balance. So like I mentioned earlier, he did get nerfed. So Kabam said he was doing more damage than he was supposed to be doing. So it is unfortunate. That's why it's kind of hard to make this video. So it kind of give you a different perspective of what broken is since he'd been nerfed. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's what Kabam said. So his damage is supposed to be less now compared to 2 months ago, which is unfortunate. So another thing I want to mention is this new YouTuber, I think he's new to the game, and you always want to welcome new players. His name is Matty MCOC. I want to give him a shout out. He looks young too. He looks like he's what, 18, maybe younger. He looks, yeah, obviously new to the game. Obviously because he's age as well, of course. But so it doesn't look like he plays Mr. Sinister, or doesn't know anything about Mr. Sinister that much. But he said like, Mr. Sinister is a tank. He can take a lot of hits, but he doesn't hit as hard as, like, he was comparing it to Jean Grey. I'm like, you must be joking, mate. Like, name me any. I saw Mr. Sinister take down 3.3 million health in Labyrinth of Legends without boost, without synergy. I mean, without boost, without damage mastery, and with a damage cap in 40 seconds. Okay, name me any champion in the game that can do that without a damage cap. Okay, like nobody in the game can do that. So what am I talking about? So let's go to the screenshot. So this is Labyrinth of Legends Moon Knight with actually over 3.3 million health, almost 3.4 million health. Okay, without boost, as you can see, there's no boost active, and without damage mastery. Without boost, without damage mastery, in 40 seconds, over 3.3 million health in 40 seconds. This is, to me, I believe, is the best, probably without a doubt, the best thing I ever seen with Mr. Sinister. That seems like a, what is that? Ruin the hype, I guess, for this video, but I'm just being honest, transparent. This is without a doubt the best thing I've ever seen with Mr. Sinister. And I played a lot of Mr. Sinister. I've seen a lot of videos from Mr. Sinister, but this is just insane. The only unfortunate part is I do believe this was the broken version of Mr. Sinister. So this is a 7-star rank 4, Sig 200 as well. But how many champions can take down over 3.3 million health in the game in 40 seconds without a damage cap? Without damage mastery, without boost? None. Nobody. And I'm talking about without a damage cap. This is with a damage cap, okay? I do believe Nick Fury in his second life can do this. Damage with damage mastery and boost without a damage cap. With a damage cap or without damage mastery or without boost, I don't think Mr. Nick Fury's second life can do this. That's just how crazy this is, okay? Just, there's no champion in the game can do this. Maybe Hela, even as a 6-star. So maybe Hela, even as a 6-star with boost and damage mastery, can do this. Or maybe like Cosmic Ghost Rider with boost and without with damage mastery, without damage cap, of course, can do this. I don't know. That's gonna be tough. I know for sure 7-star rank 4 Hela can probably do this. 7-star rank 4 Cosmic Ghost Rider can probably do this with damage mastery and boost. That's without damage cap. That's an important thing. So that is just insane. Okay, I think since he's not running damage mastery and boost, I could have probably done this with a 6-star with max recoil and max boost in 40 seconds. That is just insane. I don't know what Kabam was thinking making this champion as a 7-star. Like, I have no idea. Like, and Kabam has mentioned they could take away his regeneration rate because it's just too powerful. So he could be getting nerfed in the future, which is really unfortunate. And I personally would love to have Mr. Sinister, I know it's not a popular belief, as a 6-star. As a 6-star, if his damage was like this before the nerf, and his regeneration rate is working. But I can mention, I do unfortunately think this is the broken version. So he did get nerfed, so I don't expect him to do this much damage anymore, which is unfortunate. So I have this pretty much like what do you call this? I forgot the name of it. This is gonna be without synergy. So I have pretty much every gameplay in here. I have without synergy. I have without damage mastery as well. So this is without synergy. This is just me fighting my own Mr. Sinister. This is not the first time I played Mr. Sinister, but I believe this is the fastest time I got him down. So he's a good counter to himself, which is, I think, even though I don't play Battlegrounds or Alliance War, I think he's a good defender. So let's look at some more gameplay. So here I go. This is from Alliance Quest, and I've told my Alliance, like, because they have a hard time with Mr. Sinister, like, let me take care of it. I got Mr. Sinister. And in most cases, he's really even harder than the main boss. He's right here is just a mini boss. And to defend my Alliance, most of them are very new to the game, and they just don't have a counter to Mr. Sinister. So I usually take care of Mr. Sinister. And Mr. Sinister himself is a good counter to Mr. Sinister as a defender. As you can see here, full yellow bar, dude. 100% health, 19 seconds. That is crazy. Here's another one. So I want to say this is pre-nerf, and you can see pre-nerf hacks as well as pre-nerf personal space duration. As you can see, it says 0.25%. Now it's 0.13%. So it's practically half what it used to be. But somehow even Hercules cannot take 3.3 million health with 0.13% regeneration rate. So this was before they nerfed personal space regeneration. Okay, and how much is the health pool? And keep in mind, it got the long distance thing. That's gonna reduce my damage even more. And keep in mind, Absorbing Man has ability to regen himself. And look at that, almost 3.7 million health. Let's see how well Mr. Sinister can do this fight. So unfortunately, this is pre-nerf. So as I mentioned earlier, like, since they took away Tide of Combat, and what else? Well, I don't have Tide of Combat here, but in a different gameplay I do. But they took away Defense Cascade and Draining Degen. As you can see, I have Draining Degen as well as Defense Cascade. I pretty much soloed like 80 fights out of 81 fights. And that fight I lost could have been a solo for sure if I played better. I just woke up that day in the morning, and then I wasn't even bothered reading the notes. So definitely couldn't solo that. So look how fast Mr. Sinister beat this Absorbing Man. Keep in mind, he has long distance relation and personal space regeneration. 26 seconds. What was the health pool again? Let's look at the health pool. Almost 3.7 million health. Okay. So Mr. Sinister, with Despair, he has the ability to, like, what do you call this? To shut down opponent's regen. Okay. Not only that, long distance, because look how far he is, right? He doesn't trigger personal space regeneration because he's so far when he throws his heavy attack. And somehow it's able to reach Absorbing Man. Not only that, it doesn't affect from when it comes to long distance relationships. So it's just such a good counter when it comes to be able to spam special heavy attack and throw special one. Then again, I just wanted to show this, but this was pre-nerf. And as I mentioned, at this time, I was like, okay, they took away Defense Cascade, they took away Draining Degen, so that pretty much nerfed Mr. Sinister, and so I gave Hercules the benefit of the doubt when it comes to Incursion, but then I found another way to just kind of like destroy Incursion, you could say. So let's look at the gameplay. This is also pre-nerf, and you can see this is pretty much like he can even take on robots, and even the post-nerf hacks, or post-nerf hacks, like I think Mr. Sinister can still beat opponent with 1 million PI or 3 million plus health robot with the spam of special 2. And here I am throwing like special 1s. Oh, I don't know why I'm throwing special 1s. No, I pretty much spam special 2, and this is what you really want to do with robots. And I do have some gameplay where you see me do that, and it doesn't really matter robot or not, that's all you pretty much want to do. And here I'm just like I think this is not the best way to play him. I pretty much you just want to spam special 2 against robots because I'm really not doing much damage with a degen, which is unfortunate. So that's it. I'm pretty much throwing my special 2. Again, they took away defense cascade and they took away draining degen, so you're not going to see that anymore, but you just really want to spam special 2 and you'll see that later on. Well, I'll fight some robots using just special 2. Okay, let's move on. So this is another pre-nerf hacks from Mr. Sinister, but the main thing about this video, why I'm showing you, is he's immune to reverse control right there. See right there, I didn't even realize that he's immune to reverse control. I wasn't even paying attention. So this is what's great about Mr. Sinister. Like, he's immune to reverse control. There's a lot of nodes and champions that do that, where you pretty much gonna struggle because it's reverse control, but Mr. Sinister doesn't care because he's immune to reverse control. So 14-second fight. How much the health pool? Just over 1 million, 14 seconds with a 6-star. That is pretty crazy. That was the pre-nerf version. Pre-nerf hacks, I guess you could say. So, or even pre-nerf Mr. Sinister, you can call it. So this is another boss that I took down with Mr. Sinister. You can see I'm not using any boost. So let's just, and my mastery sucks. So let's just fast forward the gameplay and just show you guys my mastery. Oh no, see, that's why I don't like fast forwarding, because that can happen. So as I mentioned, I think Mr. Sinister could be a very good defender. I don't play Battlegrounds or Alliance War, but you know, I think he could be a good defender. I mean, especially so here, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to him on time, but you know, Heimdall, the most important champion in the game, saved me, so that's how I was able to get the solo in here. So there you go. Just ticked away. That's a mini boss alliance quest in map 6, Mr. Sinister. I think Mr. Sinister himself is one of the best counter to Mr. Sinister. And you can see I'm not running I wasn't running boost, as well as I'm not running damage mastery here as well. So here, this is me completing Realm of Legends using auto fight for the first time. Completing Realm of Legends by using auto fight for the first time. This is from Reno XP gaming account, when I did the realistic new account challenge to become Paragon, and I then on my way to become Valiant. As you can see here, completing Realm of Legends using auto fight. That is crazy. Okay, and my masteries, they suck. They're not even that good, because as you can see, Reno XP Gaming, I still haven't got all the masteries yet. So these are without damage mastery, and these are all first attempt. These are pretty much when you want to become Valiant, 8.3 bosses. These are all bosses from 8.3. So when you try to become Valiant, these are all the fights in 8.3. So I'll let play it out a little bit, because I'm still eating breakfast. So just let this play out, see how that works. So 32 seconds. How much was the help pool? Keep in mind, this is my first attempt without damage mastery. Okay, without damage mastery, my first attempt, 32 seconds. What was the help pull? And you'll see here what I mean by first attempt. Man, I wish I had the fast forward thing you have on YouTube, where you just press fast forward. It moves 10 seconds ahead. As you can see, it's my first attempt. So let's see. Almost 800,000 health in 32 seconds, okay, without damage mastery. This is first attempt. This is 8.3.1 gore boss. Okay, let's talk about 8.3.2 Dormammu boss. So let's let it play out. I think this fight could have been faster, but you know, still, you know, it is my first attempt, and I do think I was able to solo this in 52 seconds, if not 54 seconds, and I definitely could have played it better. I don't know how much faster, maybe like 10 seconds faster, but I don't see myself be able to solo this fight faster than that. I missed the parry for some reason. I have no idea. Right there. There you go. Nice parry right there. So 54 seconds. Okay. So let's, again, remember, this is my first attempt. As you can see, when I claim the rewards, I'll get the completion reward since it's my first attempt. So this is 8.3.2 Dormammu boss. So let's go to the next one. Almost 900,000 health. This is 8.3.3 Venom pull. So let's check it out. So again, another solo. This is 8.3 Venom pull. First attempt solo. So let's go to the next one. This is 8.3.4 Misty Knight. First attempt solo. So these are all bosses you have to fight to become Valiant. And keep in mind, I'm not running Damage Mastery as well. And Mr. Sinister works really well with Damage Mastery. So that was 8.3.4 Misty Knight, first attempt solo. This is 8.3.5 Havoc Boss, first attempt solo. And here I'm not even fighting at full health. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go here with less than half the health. I mean, this guy is such a bad dude, man. This is first attempt solo as well. It's just crazy. Without damage mastery. I'm going to talk more later about his SP2 and really even his SP3. It's just so underrated, you know. Like, it's crazy how underrated his SP2 is, you know. I got lucky there, I had to admit, but that is still a solo 8.3.5 Havoc Boss. As you can see, first attempt solo. So let's go to the next one. So I used Cyclops for this first. I'm not really sure why. Mr. Sinister is just the better champion to take care of Mr. Sinister. I'm not going to show the whole thing. Let's just not. Okay. I didn't get the solo with Mr. Cyclops. But I do want to mention something else. Cyclops is supposed to be great at big health pools without damage cap. And Mr. Sinister is just... he's way better. This is Incursion though, so, you know, I don't know how that would affect in outside of Incursion. But, you know, Cyclops with the right hacks is actually pretty good in Incursion. Okay, even without it, he's still gonna be good, but with the right hacks, he's very good with it. So, enough questing. Let's do some. Let's see some fun content, right? Let's see some incursions. So I'm not gonna be able to solo this with Cyclops. I should probably just use Mr. Sinister. See that? It took me 1 minute and 42 seconds. I wasn't able to solo it. So I bring in the King of Incursion. So I'm just going to show you some videos with Mr. Sinister in the best content, or best mode. Best content in MCOC, which is Incursion. If this doesn't convince you that Mr. Sinister is the King of Incursion, I don't know what will. Okay? And how underrated his SP2 is. Like, his SP2 is pretty much similar, and his SP3 is similar to Archangel when he inflicts the toxin on you, but instead it's even better. And you don't need him to be awakened for that, but, you know, it's so underrated. Like, when he throws his SP2, he turns off all the nodes in the game. It's just so ridiculous, okay? What was the note here? Mighty charge or something like that. We can take a look at it. He just turns it off, you know. Like, see Hercules, like he doesn't gain any more charges when he's stunned, when he knocked him down, because of Mr. Sinister ability from SP2. He pretty much shuts down opponent's abilities when you throw his SP2. And as you can see here, he didn't trigger his immortality. It's just so broken. I meant balance. I don't know why it keeps, I don't know. You might hear me say broken a couple of times, but he's just, yeah, Mr. Sinister is just balanced. It's just, we don't want him to get nerfed anymore. Okay? This one, I did use Cyclops as well. Biohazard, not necessarily with this high attack. Cyclops is a good counter to it, but as a horseman, he is going to be fine to take care of this. But I didn't get the solo, unfortunately. With multiple attempts, this could have maybe been a solo, but this is not an easy fight for a I wouldn't say easy fight for Cyclops. Okay, I wouldn't say the hardest fight for sure, but definitely not the hardest fight. But I wouldn't say it's an easy fight either. So wonder what happened. I should have thrown my special 2 there. Yeah, right there. I think I was trying to get to my special 3, but I couldn't. So there you go. And look at who takes over. The King of Incursion, Mr. Sinister. So really, when it comes to Mr. Sinister, like 95% of fights, once you get to special 2, the fight's over. That's it. You just throw your special 2, okay? You just get to your special 2, you win the fight. That's it. It's just really that simple with Mr. Sinister. Like, in regular questing, it's going to be hard for Mr. Sinister to do this, but I know he could definitely at least throw 2 special 2s and a special 1 in questing. If you have 3 fights, 1 against Mystic at max sig, as well as you have the right synergies, you can definitely throw. And then you also have the relic too, so I could probably do it 2 or 3 times when it comes to spamming special 2, if you're in the right condition for questing. So there you go, Mr. Sinister taking care of that. And look at this. I'm just showing you guys 1 million PI boss solos with this guy. Okay, and this is Incursion, by the way, and this is why he's the King of Incursion. Like, look at this. Let's just see here. Come on, go up, go up, go up. Is it gonna go up? No, it's not. Okay. So let's look at the nodes. What's going on? What am I reading? Oh, the transistor. I think I'm reading the transistor at this time. So come on. So as you see that 1 too many hits, when the defender gain a power the attacker is inflicted with a power sting. Okay, so that with this attack being so high, if you throw your special attack with a power sting on you, it's automatic KO. Okay, this has over 348,000 attack. That will end you pretty much 3 times over at least. So but when it comes to special 2, which you'll see when I throw my special 2, I just have to wait for this power sting to go away. And the thing is, not just a special 2, the special 3 is also underrated. Just in case you push yourself to special 3, you're able to, you know, and your opponent has 3 bars of power. You power drain opponents, you know. So you can see he's power draining the opponent. And what else? Yeah, that's it. This is a over 1 million PI boss with how much health? Over 3 million health. Solo, by the way. First attempt. Pretty much everything you see now is first attempt. I think only like the what? Yeah, pretty much anything. Everything here is first attempt. So he gets rid of the, as you know, that you almost forgot that there's a power sting node in here, but there is a power sting node in here. But Mr. Sinister, he turns off that ability because of that concussion. He pretty much turns every champion in the game into like Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. Like, even easier. I would say, like, because Winter Soldier Special 2, you cannot really dodge it. So let's see again. Let's read the notes. Yeah, there's a power sting, right? Yeah, when the defender gains up. Okay, it's the defender. But here, what is this? Okay, this is against. So it has break the ice. So every 12 seconds you get a frostbite in you. Okay, and this one doesn't even matter because you'll see because of his special 2, I believe, because of Mr. Sinister special 2, that he just like blocks out that node. Like that node doesn't even matter. Like I can tell you, like even the toughest defenders in the game, he turns them into like Drax. You know, toughest nodes in the game, he turns them to Drax because he just turns off their abilities. That's how good Mr. Sinister is, how underrated SP2 is. And just in case you just accidentally push yourself to special 3, which you really don't want to do in most fights, it drains the opponent's bar power. Look at this. See, it drains it. Power steal. That's the right word. Power steal the opponent's power. So now you can just pretty much start over and get your special 2 and then do your infinite stun. So that is unfortunate though. Sometimes he gets too much power. That's why you can see I don't really want to fight too much Mystic because that will happen. What hacks am I using? You'll see it a little bit later, which hacks I was using for this. Be able to keep on spamming special 2. So let's take a look at the gameplay. It's already on the channel, but this point I had like what? This is also post nerf hacks. You don't have defense cascade and draining Jigen anymore, but I found a different way to pretty much, you know, I hate the word cheese. I don't know the right word to it, but pretty much destroy incursion with the right hacks, which you'll see a little bit later what I'm talking about with hacks. Joe Fixit. Crimson Rage. Let's look at the Crimson Rage, okay? What was that? 4.5 million health. Crimson Rage. Every 8 seconds, the defender gains an unstoppable buff for 4 seconds, unless they inflict with a bleed debuff. It doesn't inflict bleed when it comes to Mr. Sinister, at least not anymore. So, it is unfortunate, but as you can see here, Mr. Sinister with his special 2, he gets around it. That Crimson Rage. That's a really tough node if you can inflict bleed on the opponent. This guy has over 4.5 million health. What was that? Over 300,000 attack? How much attack does he have? Yeah, over 300,000 attack. Another 1 million PI right here. You can see I'm gonna get to my special 2 before he activates Crimson Rage. See that? It just kind of started over again because he cannot trigger it because of the concussion. Like this thing is just so OP when it comes to his concussion. From his special 2, you can just infinite stun opponent. It's just so crazy, dude. And Kabam, you know, they've tried to nerf him by removing defense cascade and draining Legion. That's mostly for Angela, I think. That's why they got rid of defense cascade. But even then, still, this guy found a way to destroy incursion. That's why he's the king of incursion. You know, this would be a very tough fight for a lot of champions in the game. But when it comes to Mr. Sinister, easy fight. You know. So these are my hacks. Okay. So what hacks do you really need? You need Rage into combat and the Fury Burst. So Fury Burst will give you a Fury, and every time you gain a Fury, you gain a 50% bar power if you have a relic, and that's with Rage of Combat. So you really want to have that with Mr. Sinister. I know somebody is asking about what hacks I was using. So if you, whether you have him awakened or not, so if you don't have him awakened, you really want to have those hacks to be able to do the infinite stun and then 50% stun duration, as well as to get your 20% of power back without which you'll see a little bit later. So if you don't have them awakened, you definitely want to have all four. 50% stun duration, rage into fury combat, and rage into combat and fury burst. So those four, okay? So these are the hacks I was using. So I do have him, I do believe, what is it, 2 charges with Mystic. I think maybe just 1 or 2, but it does come a little bit handy with those hacks. But like I mentioned, you don't need them to be awakened if you have all 4 of them, and you'll see a little bit later, okay? See here, I don't even think I bother reading the notes, man. Like when Mr. Sinister, it pretty much doesn't even matter. So he has protection, obviously, from the note, you can see. I think that's standard ground. When you knock them down, they remove their protection. But when it comes to, you see how he purifies it with crossbone? That's his ability. But with the special 2 doing the concussion, he pretty much can do it constantly because you cannot purify it because of the concussion. It activates as soon as you throw your special 2. So, see that? You cannot purify it because of that ability when it comes to concussion. It's such a powerful node. I think Quake has that ability too. That's why Kabam doesn't want him to make Quake as a 7-star or even as a 6-star. But which I'll talk about in a different video. And her, Mr. Sinister has it on his special 2. It's just so crazy. So here you go. This is not a boss. But this is a million PI with over 400 million attack. I mean 4 million health. Was it 300,000 attack? So nothing hard about this node besides the limited immunity, which is only lasts for what, 10 seconds. But so you see how Spider-Man constantly evades. Once I get to my special 2, that evade she cannot evade anymore. Like, look at this. It's over. That's it. The fight's over just right there. Okay? Once I get to my special 2, pretty much Mr. Sinister just wins the fight because he turns off all the nodes in the game. Not just the nodes, but opponent's ability as well. So this is another solo from Mr. Sinister. As you can see, she cannot evade when it comes to Spider-Gwen because of that concussion. Not only that, I do have that synergy with Cyclops where he gains 2 strike from his special attack. Another solo from Mr. Sinister. I mean, I still have more fights in Incursion, but just to show you, if that doesn't already convince you that why Mr. Sinister is the king of Incursion, I don't know what will. But I still have more fights if you're still not convinced, okay? These are literally the hardest fights in the game. I still think Incursion is the hardest fights in the game. Once you go past Zone 25, I think Necropolis is obviously the hardest content in the game outside of, I believe, outside of Incursion past Zone 25 because of the opponent's attack. It's just so high. Without hacks, these fights are practically next to impossible to solo. So just in case you messed up, you know, spamming your special 2, you get to your special 3. Even the opponent has 3 bars of power. I believe this guy has 3 bars of power. He's going to power steal some of it opponent, so he's not going to be able to throw his special 3, as you can see here. And you pretty much, you know, get back to your special 2 if you can. As you can see, I only have two mystic. I won 2 mystic fights. That's it. And so I was able to spam my special 2. As you can see here, Like I mentioned, this is already the post nerf hack. You can just pretty much spam special 2 with Mr. Sinister. So here he is, just doing your thing. Special 2, spam special 2. Okay, even robots he can take an incursion. That's why he's the king of incursion. You know, so what is that? That's it. Okay. So another thing he has ability is he's able to block unblockable special, which you'll see here. So here, when it comes to, I don't know what it is, you gotta have really fast reaction when it comes to Black Widow Clairvoyant. When it comes to special one, somehow you just always catch me off guard, like right here. So Mr. Sinister's one of his abilities, he can block unblockable special attack, but I do believe it doesn't work against tech champions, so keep that in mind. But other than tech, he can block unblockable special attack. So right there, once you get to your special 2, it's pretty much over. You know, you already won the fight. You're just spamming special 2. There's really, because of the concussion, there's just opponents, nodes, or whatever their abilities are. Mr. Sinister just turns it off. Like literally, he turns opponents into Drax without nodes. That's how good he is. It's just ridiculous. So, okay, yeah, no, okay, that's fine. Is it no here? No, okay. So here you go against Scarlet Witch. I did get lucky here, I would say. Like sometimes it doesn't work really well. That's why I still believe Angela is the best champion incursion, because of someone like Scarlet Witch that can inflict poison on you and can also power drain you as well as heal block you. So but here I get pretty lucky with Mr. Sinister. But once you get to that special 2, like Mr. Sinister just turns off all her abilities. Like I said, that special 2, I know I keep saying it, it's just so underrated. Like, you know, people, when you see Mr. Sinister, oh, just spam special 1 with this guy. But when it comes to incursion and pretty much against robots, you can just spam special 2 or even special 3 if you need to. And this just guy, like, he just turns off the node. He cannot power drain me. When it comes to Scarlet Witch, she cannot poison me. She cannot, you know, heal block me, power drain me, none of that. It just, Mr. Sinister pretty much turns off all her abilities and also the nodes in the game. It's just crazy. So here you go. This is a 10-minute video. Yeah. So this is why I do believe, you know, I made this video recently. This is why I think Mr. Sinister is the king of incursion. So he's gonna solo this fight. I would say fairly easily. I mean, you might disagree. That was an easy fight, but that's okay. But for me, it felt easy. As you can see here, one of his abilities, Second Chance. If the opponent crits, it regens back to like whatever. Since that health, you know, he regens X amount of health. Since their opponent attack is so high, one crit from opponent is just instantly get you back to 100%. With Second Chance, you know, you're not losing health because you're indestructible at that point. So if you're wondering how do you keep always full health, well, that's with mutually exclusive, of course, and that's with the Second Chance, especially with Mr. Sinister. So yep, and you see that he just turns off. I think he just turned off Hulk's immortality rate. I'm not sure, but I think he did. So this is that. You see that personal space regeneration? Let's go back. Come on, bro. You see personal space regeneration? It's 0.13%. Okay, they nerf personal space regeneration. And I was fighting Absorbing Man earlier with how much health? 3.6 million, almost 3.7 million health. This has 3.2 2 like or close to 3.3 million health. Let's see how Hercules can do. Okay, this is a very long video. I don't think I will go through the entire thing, so and it's already in the channel if you want to see it. I just posted this recently. um, yeah, this is pretty much Hercules' biggest weakness. uh, Personal space regeneration, especially that they nerfed the hacks in incursion, as well as you know yeah. So before he couldn't really, this is a trouble fight for Hercules because he just doesn't do enough damage. Before he can probably get away with it when it comes to like strategic movement and keep it going, as long as the champion is not armor break immune. But now they removed those hacks, so really Hercules, this fight is really going to be a very tough fight. With better hacks, maybe this is possible, but as you can see, opponent's health is only 3.2 million health. I fought opponent with like up to 6.3 million health Rintra in here, so almost double the health of this. So Rintra has ability to regen himself as well. So it is unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not gonna get this solo. I'm not gonna watch. You can see it. I'll play a little bit of it, but you can see that he's not gonna be able to solo the whole thing, which is really unfortunate. Something else to note that I'm just gonna fast forward it. So if you want to see the whole thing, it's in the channel already posted, so you can check that out. So I played probably close to 10,000 fights in incursion. Okay, 10,000 fights. I don't remember, maybe once that I ran. That's because I paused the game. I ran out of time. But besides that, really, like playing the game, I've never timed out. This is the first time I ever timed out in incursion out of like close to probably like 10,000 fights in incursion, which is crazy, right? I did time out here, which is unfortunate. Let's move forward. Boom, this special 3 is cool when it comes to Hercules. So he timed out and opponent has like what, 98% health. So practically really didn't do much. 97% health, almost 8-minute fight. It really didn't do much. So look at Mr. Sinister, the king of incursion. See how long it will take Mr. Sinister to take him down. Keep in mind, Mr. Sinister is a 7-star, okay? Like I still don't believe why they make this guy a 7-star. Like, of course a lot of people want him as a 7-star, but literally this guy is just balanced, okay? Wink wink, balance. This guy is completely balanced. Even with the nerf version, he's still pretty good, but it does kind of think maybe he's not broken anymore. At least when it comes to his regen, at least his regen is not working, so you can definitely say he's a little bit balanced after the nerf and the fact that his regen is not working. So you can definitely say he's close to balance when it comes to Mr. Sinister at this time. When he fixes his regen, he's definitely going to be wink wink balance, let's just say, okay? Assuming they will, but I doubt they will fix it. They'll probably nerf his regen from his signature ability, and that Kabam has mentioned it as well. So another solo, Hercules couldn't solo because of the personal space regeneration and Mr. Sinister. Piece of cake, okay? Well, that's why he's the king of incursion. So this is I don't know if I will have this posted in the channel already, so this could be like a spoiler alert. This is why Mr. Sinister is the king of incursion. So this is pretty much the last fight where Mr. Sinister and Hercules went toe to toe. Cyclops was in the fight too, but then he already got knocked out in the last round or 2 rounds before this. So this is, unfortunately, I'm just not going to be able to get solo with Hercules, but that's why Mr. Sinister is the king of incursion. With better gameplay, maybe a little bit lucky because of the power plague. Was it plague or something? Plague mine. It drains your power, so you can't. It's hard to spam your special 3 or special 2. So it's really hard to do this infinite stun because of that power plague mine. I don't know if Mr. Sinister gets rid of that ability, Plague Mine. I've never actually tried it, but maybe we'll see after Mr. Sinister tries do the rest of the bidding. Okay, so let's just see. It's almost over. Unfortunately, Hercules is not going to be able to solo this fight. Ooh, yeah. When it comes to Hercules, Special 3 is just awesome, by the way. So right here, unfortunately, Plague Mine got me. I wasn't able to spam my Special 2, and that's the end of the fight. I was like half a second, you know, away from throwing my Special 2, and he able to power drain me. I think Mr. Sinister has the ability to turn off Plague Mine. I'm not sure, but we'll see. You know, Mr. Sinister, I know he's, you know, still almost 1.3 million health. That's like, you know, if you're doing Saga Sector, that's already zone 15 right there with that much health pool. So let me see if he's gonna turn off Plague Mine. I'm able to beat this. No, you know, it's not going to. We won't able to see it because he's gonna beat it before the thing starts. Yep. So another personal space regeneration Mr. Sinister will take on. So one thing about Human Torch, when it comes to like energy attacks, and when it comes to Mr. Sinister, his Special 2 is energy attack. I'm 99% sure when it comes to Mr. Sinister, Special 2 is energy attack. But when it comes to Mr. Sinister, he just shuts down Human Torch ability. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, he just shuts them up, the ability down, because he has 0 temperature. Okay? Like, it's so weird, man. Like, because of that concussion, it's pretty much like shuts down opponent's ability. It's insane. Like, I don't even know what to say, you know. It's just crazy, dude. Like, you know, keep in mind, this is also has personal space duration, but Mr. Sinister also shut down that ability when it comes to personal space regeneration. Another 100% solo, by the way. Okay, it's just crazy. This guy's ability is just, when it comes to Special 2, it's just none other, dude. So the hacks I'm using is different right here. So I pretty much have Special Refund. That's the name. If you have a max sig and then you won 3 fights against Mystic, you only need Special Refund and 50% stun duration. Special Refund and 50% stun duration. Okay? Those 2 hacks. You don't need Rage into Fury, Rage into Combat, and Fury Burst. Fury Burst and Rage into Combat if you don't have him awaken. You definitely need that. But if you don't have him awaken, as somebody mentioned already, you just need the effect upgrade stun effect gain plus 50% duration and Special Refund. Okay, Special Refund, attack consume 24% less power, and stun effects, stun duration. But if you do have Rage into Combat, you wouldn't have Fury Reverse, of course, because he doesn't have his own Fury when it comes to Mr. Sinister. So you need to have those 2 combined, Rage into Combat and Fury Burst, and stun effect upgrade plus 50% Special Refund. All 4 if you don't have him awakened, and you can still do that infinite hack that you've seen in the gameplay so far. So coming to an end, this is my second attempt against Grandmaster with damage mastery solo in 90 seconds. Okay, and this is my first attempt without damage mastery, 1 minute and 52 seconds. This is the Grandmaster boss. So really, this guy is just straight out badass, dude. Is that it? Yeah, I already showed you this. Like, I do believe this is the broken version, but you know, this is just mind-boggling. Like 3.3 million health, almost 3.4 million health in 40 seconds without damage mastery and without boost. It's just crazy, dude. Like, I don't know what else to say. This guy is just crazy. Look at that, 40 seconds, 3.3 million health. But this could be the broken version, just letting you know. I don't know, I can't prove that for a fact. But like 90 seconds, my second attempt, you know. First attempt, solo, without damage mastery, 1 minute and 52, and 90 seconds, my second attempt with damage mastery. It's just crazy. Thank you.